Alright, we got a busy week ahead of us and already lost today because it was freaking terrible weather again yesterday and I was out in it all night. So, today we are talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episode 37, just as tomorrow or the next day we will be doing the rest of the Yu-Gi-Oh! OP video. I'd also like to do a Snyder Cut video because if you saw that picture from yesterday, y'all know we gotta talk about this shit. And of course, there is a ban list potentially coming out this week, so we'll lose a day on that too, but we'll get to that at the end of the video. For right now, let us talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, because now, you must all bask in my greatness, bow down, and accept me as your one true Yu-Gi-Oh! Jesus, because I was right! I was right! Y'all thought I was crazy, didn't ya? Y'all thought I was just some cynical comedian on the internet who just likes to make fun of card game anime, didn't ya? But no, I was right. The bird is the mastermind. The bird is the genius. The bird is in charge of everything. The true puppet master controlling this one kid at least. But who knows? Maybe it's the world. Because God knows this would be the Yu-Gi-Oh! To do that. So this week, Rook fought the bird. Which, okay, I should probably get this out of the way. The gimmick of the opponent just using Rook's own stupidity to annoy him is starting to get a little old. Having said that, they found so many creative ways to keep the joke going. Oh my god, this might be my favorite comedy anime out right now, and we're going to explain why. So for starters, let's start off with our opening joke. It's actually a joke that's not blatantly in front of your face. It's just, once again, Rook being like, it's totally not my fault, but I'll take a little bit of the blame. Some of the blame. A teeny tiny bit of the blame. One of those quick jokes that you'd totally just miss if you weren't paying attention to dialogue. But that's a funny, subtle way to introduce the episode. We then get our OP, as always. I always love the changing pictures at the end. And then we move on to what might be one of the most surreally weird jokes in the whole franchise. Luke is in front of Goha of their school, their elementary school, and the three show up and they're these weird cardboard cutouts. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has done joke dream sequences before, but not this. This was fucking funny. Just this weird, they're these weird cardboard cutouts, and they're talking kind of funny, and they're like, what? Machine Cavalry Club? What? Us transferring schools because other kids said so? Come on, Luke. It's 2002, and no one even knows what a pandemic is. Oh god, reality came in for a minute. No, but anyways, and then the bird shows up and just disturbs it. Again, it's a fairly simple, easy to do joke. And this is the thing about this show. If you look at the way they move when they're just the cardboard cutouts, you look at the way they interact, the thing that makes this show really great isn't the fact that it's got this amazing animation. Studio Trigger, this is not. But what I love about the animation of this show is they make every frame count. Every scene has some sort of new or creative joke, or they do things in a different way, or they try to convey something. I hear a lot of people complain that, oh, it's officially just for kids, this is no better than Beyblade or whatever. Here's the thing. A few weeks back, I actually wound up watching some Beyblade because they got all of the new one on Netflix, so I was a little curious what I had missed. And I could not enjoy a single second of it, because now that I have seen this show, I truly notice shows like Beyblade really are just two characters standing in front of each other yelling about Beyblades. There is no animation humor or quick-witted gags or anything like this. The same one for Buddy Fight, the same goes for all your kids' anime. This is not that. This is a genuinely creative, insanely funny, clever animation. Every gag is just done with this utmost level of care and fun. That is what I love about this show. This might have the most effort put in it of any Yu-Gi-Oh! You look at the last one for a sec, Vrains. Remember how we all thought, oh my god, they can duel in the internet. Imagine all the cool backdrops we get, and half the duels are just them riding on hoverboards in the same generic cityscape every fucking episode while they have the same bland facial expressions. Nothing was ever attempted like what we have in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. I'm sorry for the tangent, but I just had to address this. From there, we get into the duel, of course, where apparently he really is just dueling the pigeon, and the guy interprets the pigeon, and it's weird, and it's surreal, and he, like, shows the number of time he activated traps, and at one point, there's one frame of animation where he's dressed like a bird. Why is he dressed like a bird? Why did they think to do that? Well, they could have easily just shown him in another goofy pose. But no, they thought, let's dress him up like a bird. Because even if it's one frame of animation, you're going to laugh and you're going to think it's insanity. That was just what I loved about this whole thing. And like, as the duel commences, for starters, my heart goes out to Luke. As someone who, back when we could have, like, actual locals, my local was dominated by, like, the same Altergeist player every week. So being like, activate trap, activate trap, activate trap. I know the feeling. I know Eldritch is kind of back in the meta. They play a lot of traps. Your pain, Luke, is known by all of us. Yeah, but so then the duel commences, and it goes, and it's all crazy trap strategies, and Luke is, like, reduced to nothingness. His personality and just everything is destroyed. Again, this is the Altergeist matchup. And, like, you just see him rolling around like a ball, making a goofy little noise. And, like, if you look, it's not just, like, a blue ball or something like most shows would do if they were doing a joke like that. The ball continually looks like a rolled-up Luke. That is funny. That's like a weird, goofy gag that so many shows would just not think to do, but we get that. And this guy's weird backstory with the pigeon is what? Like, literally, listen to what they're saying. Like, they're talking about, I should have left you behind, stupid human. Oh, this is how you treat me now, pigeon. I wish Asuna never found us. It's so insane and strange. So, like, then, of course, naturally, you kind of know where it's going. Luke is able to piece together what to do, and then the guy decides, I don't need to listen to you, pigeon. I love the facial expressions on the pigeon when it all goes awry. Like, they're just these different, goofy, like, shots, and, like, it perfectly conveys the emotion of apparently a sentient pigeon. It's really funny. And of course, Luke wins with a cute dragon. I love the little shot of Roman going up. I really love how whenever the three are just giving side commentary, it's not just side commentary. Like, they always do work in the personality of the characters, as opposed to just like back in the old days, Joey said something stupid. Here's a remark. Okay, back to exposition. There's always that fun use of everyone on the side. And of course, naturally, the episode kind of resolves itself with how you expect. Yuga gives Rook a pep talk, but what makes this a great pep talk is he's back to being the cardboard cutout. And like I said, the way the cardboard cutout moves, the way it talks to him, the way it brings up, like, Rook's dreams and all this stuff just feels so uniquely fun and goofy. How can you just not fucking love it? And so then, like, Luke comes out of his coma, and he beats the bird, and it's all fine, everything's fine, and then the kid, like, gets pushed back trying to save the bird, where the kid dies, and then they've got to bury the body and, like, leave town. But then you get, like, a glimpse of the kid's backstory, and the first thing I thought of when I saw this was I thought of the OG Pokemon anime, the episode where we got James's backstory, where he told that same thing, that him and his pet, obviously there it was a Growlithe, died in the snow. I don't know what this is from. I assume it's based on a book, but here's the weird thing. They do that joke, and you assume it's gonna cut, but it's like, no. Then it turns out Asuna saved them. So wait, this really happened? That was real? What? How'd they get in the snow? What happened? Now I need to know. That is what is so funny about it. It's not just they gave up on the joke. They kept going going back to it and kept using it creatively. Also because it's not in every goddamn scene like so many shows will beat you up on. Because it's just used sporadically with that big crazy payoff at the end. It keeps it feeling fresh and creative. We're never on the same thing for too long. We're always just moving forward and evolving the gags. That's what I just love about every joke in this show. So then, of course, at the end, everyone goes off. Luke is still saying cuckoo Luku. I think that was the episode title, too. And then even, like, in the goofy little monster, like, recap thing at the end, he's still doing it. And that is the genius of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. It just fucking goes for it. Alright, so yeah, I love this show. Again, I hope there's not too many more of these, just Luke is a stubborn idiot duels, because I just feel like they might get old, but this one, like, figured out how to keep it fresh. So yeah, that was this week's Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Obviously, I'm in love with it. And as for the TCG question of the week, I brought it up at the beginning. And of course, we have a ban list coming. And all the Yu-Gi tubers need attention, so they're going to talk about it a bunch. And I know when I did that video where I talked about getting a ban list, a lot of people did make fair arguments for why we should still get them. But yeah, no, it's coming whether we like it or not. So my question is, what is the big changes you would like to happen for the format? Do you just want VFD to die in a fire? Are you joining the Max C to 3 brigade? I think we all know at this point they're not banning Halofibrix just yet, especially with the OTS back. So tell me what you think about that below, or don't care. That is also totally valid. I mean, for me, it's like, fuck, just do Max C to 3 back at this point. What's it fucking matter? So yeah, tell me that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week, because I think we're going to get some world building. That's what it kind of looks like, actually.